Hello everyone, this is Jason with Oregon Beekeeping again. We're at a new yard actually today. So we've got these 3 boxes right here. These are all swarms that I have collected in the last 2 weeks and I've not had time to come over here and put them in their own box. So that's what we're going to do today real quick. I got a helper with me today. His name is Brian. You'll see him in the videos, and he's a beekeeper just trying to learn some stuff and check some things out and help out today. So that's cool. Always fun having a helper. But we're going to have a busy day today, so we'll probably make a couple videos today, but we're going to do a swarm reveal here. We're going to check for some new requeens. We're going to possibly pull some honeycomb out. It's going to be a busy day, so stick with me.
We've got some mites or lice or something in there.
Okay, so this is the most recent swarm I just got. Just popped the lid off. It's actually not quite as big as I originally thought, but it's a decent swarm. And they do have a little bit of crazy comb going here, but we're going to swap them out and put them in their own box here in a minute. So no crazy comb on top, which is always nice. So good to go. So let's have the bottom first. We'll just do this in a little succession here. And then go ahead and give me the box. And we've got our number system here on the front. It's going to be box number 3. Black tack means older queen. That's my queen system. I just have a black tack if it's an older queen, a yellow one if it's younger. As simple as that. We'll take these other frames out. We want to put the swarm in the middle of the box, and it'll hold together the integrity of the nest they've already got going on here. Let's see what we can do here.
Want me to hand them to you?
This is just some crazy comb on this frame, bad. We're doing something there, but who knows what. So we're going to want to smoke them off this little piece here. We're going to trim that off, but that's not going to do anybody any good, unfortunately. And they're of course not going to like that. Put the queens on here, so that's okay. Shake them off. And that'll go into the melting pot. Put that on the side, Brian. Yep. So they're building some comb here. They're not really, they're doing something crazy over here, man, but that's fine, whatever. Let them do their thing. You have that sugar water?
Yep.
So we're going to spray this side down with some sugar water. Hopefully that'll encourage them to, go ahead and this empty spot here. That'll encourage them to hopefully dry that out. It's good. Okay. So we'll get these girls swapped over here and we'll show you when we're done. You want to kill that for me? Just a little red button on the side there.
Red button. I don't see a red button.
Oh man, they're drawing out tons of comb here. Awesome.
Right here.
Okay, so that one's done. Not as big as a swarm as I thought. It's probably, when all the bees come back, it'll probably be about the size of a nuke, about 4.5 frames, which is fine. We're going to open up the second one now here and check it out. Now this one's been in here a bit longer, so we'll see what happens here. And I'm expecting this one not to be very big either, but we'll see. Now this one we're going to keep it on here the way it is because I don't have any other boxes. So smoke.
You want that, or you want
Yeah,
me
go ahead. I'm just going to pop the lid up. Oh, we got crazy comb in here.
Oh boy.
They didn't even use any of the frames, you turkeys. Don't do that to me. So this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes you get crazy chrome in these swarm traps. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there it is. I've got 4 solid chunks of comb in here. Right there, and that's no bueno. They didn't even use my frames at all.
You got some wax moth.
Yeah,
right
that's old though, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
well,
so
these are
casings.
live. These are live. Are they? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are. You're right. Right. So now our question is, what do we do with this? Because that's where the queen's going to be at, and that's where everything else is going to be at. So there's brood in there. Yay! All right, so I did bring some frames with rubber bands on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the back of the car. I believe them actually in here. Let me see, they're right here. Yeah, there should be 3. There might be 1 inside the truck and 2 in the back.
All right.
This is what we got to deal with now, people. So we will. There's a lot of wax moth in here for sure. I'm not sure how long this thing was up there, but it got destroyed by the wax moths. That's not good. So that's what happens in your swarm traps, though. You leave them up there with all that wax in there, you want to get the bees in there, and it attracts other critters. So that's not good. We'll figure that out. Yeah, it's bad. So what we need to do is try to transfer these bees over to some frames. We gotta scrape some of this out. That's horrible in here, man. So, okay. So, I've got 1 cut and rubber band in here already. And I'm going to use the lid as my workspace here, and I got my queen catcher. And I'm just going to kind of lightly smoke these bees, kind of like just doing a cutout. Just be gentle. Look for the queen while I'm doing it, and that's all I can do. Do you have a knife? Yep. Oh, sorry, my knife here, and I'm going to go in here gently.
You gonna put 2 in this one?
Probably, yeah. What I want to do is not hurt the queen. And if I see her, I'm going to grab that catcher and grab her real quick. There's some brood on this, which is great. And no queen. So, I'll slide my rubber bands in like this, right there. And do you have the rubber band? That one's on.
Yeah, they're right here.
Trying to be really careful with this comb because it's really delicate. It's all brand new. I'm probably going to squash a little bit of guys here and there, but I'm trying to save it. They spent all this energy to make it, obviously. And what will happen is these rubber bands will hold it up where they can connect it, and then they'll draw it out and connect it up to the wood, hopefully, is the goal. So, a little tiny bit of smoke because they're going to start kind of hanging up over here. Really slowly cut that right there. Plop this down and look for the queen. They're fanning over here already because they can't smell her, which is fine. That's kind of what happens. Doing that. This is the difficult part, to make it come where you want it to be exactly. Get off me. There's that right there. That. You lift up that frame a little bit, Brian? Yep. Just a little bit of the camera. Okay, that's good. People put this on the side of here. I'm going to put one on this side too, just to make sure. That. So, here's our frame of bees. We're going to do one more on this outside, Brian. Can you hold that up for me? It's going to be pressure here. Yep, okay, that was going to happen. I'm trying to avoid it. It's just going to be a mess if you go ahead and set it down here. Okay, so go ahead and move that lid. Pop it up, just lift it up there. There's that. Actually, let's go ahead and pop them in there. I'm going to try to put another piece actually in this one here. It's just honey on this one here. Actually, got that small outer piece there. So let's put these. Oh, there it goes. We just gotta get it in there and set it in there, then they'll take care of the rest, but it's getting it in there is the hard part first, but we're just gonna make them mad right now. That's all we're doing. Maybe smoking a little bit. It's not really gonna help, I don't think, to be honest. Keep the smoker going for sure, yeah. There. Catch swarms, they said. It'd be fun, they said. It is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's not as easy and just like, oh cool, I got a swarm of bees, as it tends to be sometimes. People might get out to say, seem, I should say. Okay, hold that up right there. I'm going to put the other one right there. Okay, on the outside here. We still have not found the queen. She could be anywhere here. I'd really like to find her, actually. Sounds like we should be so careful. She's going to stay on the wax. That's the thing. Big old drone right there.
Yeah.
Drop me. So what we could do is something kind of crazy. Let's just do this here. This is, let's move this up. Here, I'll take that. Do this here. I'm going to kind of knock you guys off again here. Don't try this at children home. Don't try this at home, children, I should say.
Yeah, you got brood there.
Oh yeah, there's fruit everywhere over here. So I knocked off the bees by doing it that way, which you just gotta be careful because again, all this is, we're trying to save the queen, right? We don't want to kill the queen. That's the goal here. So hopefully she came off in that little shake I just did. Okay, where's that other thing at? Right here. This piece in here. Go ahead and I'm gonna hold this, continue a little bit. Hold the pan in there. Oops, no. There you go. Okay, that one is at the bottom of it. There's those two right there. The question is the queen on this one still, or does she fall inside? No idea. Tons of eggs though, I don't want to waste that. So, one more frame. Where are we at? Got another frame right there?
Yep.
Got one right there. So get two of them on there, that's all we'll need for this one. And clearly the danger of this is that you lose your queen. That's clearly the problem, and we're hoping not to have that issue, but we don't know what's going to happen here, so we'll figure it out. The eggs and larvae and brood in here really, really nicely, so they could pull a queen if they had to or whatever. Let's just put that right here. That. All these need to go back inside. Okay. That's done. Now we need some frames. Knife this. So we did the best we could getting those transferred over. They weren't using the frames at all. They were using the top of the lid. So now we got to just put frames in here and give them a couple weeks and check back. Okay, so what a chore, man. So these 3 swarms, out of all of them, that one, which was the most recent, didn't have any comb built. It was bad. This one had about 4 combs built down that were small. We cut them, put them rubber banded in the frames, which you saw. But then this one over here we got into, and that's my wild tree swarm trap. Every year I put this up in the woods at a buddy's property. He's got a big cedar tree that's got a wild swarm in it. I get a big swarm there every year. Again, a big swarm. That's probably 8 frames of bees in there. But for whatever reason, the frames had shifted and they started building comb in between the frames, and that was an absolute mess. There was probably 3 sheets of just comb wax with brood in it that I had to try to cut out, put into frames. I took some and put it in this colony because it's smaller to give them some brood. I honestly don't know if the queen's going to survive in that one or not, the way it came apart. So we'll have to double check them in a week and just see if there's queen cells or if there's eggs. But yeah, this was the hardest part of the day, is swapping over everything and getting them in their boxes. So we got all of them in their own boxes now. And now we're on to the next part, which is checking for honey. And it should be a fun rest of the day. Thanks for watching.